How's it going, everybody? My name is Crim, and welcome to just a fan making a tier list of how I feel the teams are going into this upcoming year. I'm excited to do this because I've been actually wanting to make like CDL content on YouTube and just kind of talk about teams, talk about players, do all kinds of fun things. So this is the thing I'm gonna do. I want to rank, give my tier list of how I feel about each and every team. I have like looked at videos online, scrims I've been watching, listening to how the pros talk about them, the coaches, ex pros outside, like the flank and stuff. I've been just trying to analyze everything from what I'm hearing, how I feel about each team going into the upcoming season. I do have a list of players so I can get some of these newer players that have come from the challenger scene in my head because, there's a bunch of new guys that have come in. So I'm excited to do this though, but let's start it off. And I'm going to start off with Boston Breach right off the bat, which is Methods, Nero, Vivid, and Awakening. Now, this team I'm actually was pretty high on, but I don't think they're going to be coming out very, very strong. I don't feel like they're like a B caliber team right off the bat. I think they're going to take a little time to kind of mesh together and really figure out as a squad. I've only seen, I think, like 1 or 2 scrims where the other team was going against Boston Breach overall, and I haven't been able to really consume a lot of their overall content, but they so far have looked good. They're still a good team, but I do have a feeling when it comes to land, when it comes down to an actual tournament, actual matches, this team, the one big thing that's going to be hindering them is they need to mesh together. They have Vivid and Awakening now, and on top of that, I really feel like that's just going to take some time to really get together. Look, kind of like how LA Thieves were last year. One thing that really stuck out to me was Methods last year. Methods was having some ups and downs, even though he had some crazy stat lines as well. I still feel like when Methods performs, this team is going to perform. And not going to lie, when I watch scrims when against Mutineers or when I watch Mutineers play, Nero and Vivid are doing it all, it feels like. They are really, really going well, but it seems like Awakening and Methods still need to find their foot or their play. And that's just from a perspective and just how I've been like analyzing and digesting everything. But this team is still going to be really good. Don't get me wrong. They're still going to be great. Next one is Optic Texas. This is going to be like, I wish I should probably put like a B plus because I think Optic Texas is going to come in here pretty hot. Their scrims look good. They perform well against a lot of other teams. They've already been looking pretty hot, especially Scump. Scump is looking really good this year. No matter how this tournament, how Modern Warfare 2 has so far been, they still look extremely good. Shotzi's been looking like on fire. Illy's looking like he's back to his normal self, that in-game leader, that absolute fire player. And Dashy has been placing himself in perfect positions every single time when I watch a scrim that I absolutely love because then he dominates and controls the map really well for the other players, especially for Scump and Shotzi. The communication is amazing, and that is all due to Illy. Rambo is an extremely good head coach. And then they got, I think it's JP. JP in the analyst spot now. So they got an actual analyst, which is really good. And he's an amazing individual in that area. So I'm super excited for that. Next up, we're going to go with Atlanta FaZe. I'm going to give them B. I've actually seen them not perform real well in scrims. I've seen them have some struggles. But the big thing is they got a huge like overall coaching staff. Crowder, Easy Mac, Tupac, Thug Lord, RJ. They have so many coaching staff that it's just crazy. So this team is always going to be good. We know they have Celium, who's been every single scrim I've seen him in. He's just performed really top. He's the MVP of last year, so he's going to come in hot. He has that energy. He's an extremely good player, knows the system of the game really well. Simp, Abizi still being the menaces they are. I have noticed that Abizi's kind of had some down areas in scrims overall, which, it's the beginning of a new game. They don't have a lot of time, but I think, it's a slower game, and the way that Abizi plays, it kind of punishes him a little bit. And it's the same thing also with Shotzi. I think this game kind of can punish people like them. But overall, slashers look good on this team. I think he's doing decently well. I think this team may not come out and win a tournament off the bat, but definitely they will be the contender. They will be like that team to definitely beat as well to try and get to the finals. But this team may take a little, like maybe one tournament or so to kind of really get something clicking. Who knows? They just got Slasher, so we're gonna see how it actually all unveils on stage and very soon actually. Next up is New York Subliners. I was a like these they're the high C. They're the high C. They're like a C plus in my mind. So especially after them, they just reversed. I watched a game where they reverse swept. Well, not reverse swept, but they like reversed the game and essentially like had a full on like comeback and like embarrassed Optic Texas, and it was very impressive. Kismet is looking like Kismet. Kismet's really good. Hydra was also in that match looking like Hydra should, how he should be playing. He should be that demon on the field. The big thing that really stands out to me though, and with this team, I think Skies is going to be great. Skies is going to be that top performer, but it comes down to Priesta. I have kind of like doubts with Priesta just because for a couple years now he hasn't really performed to the level that we've all known him. But I still think this team is really good. They have Wardy as a sub, which he could possibly jump into this squad whenever. And Wardy, from everything I've heard and I saw a couple matches, he's good. He's good. They also got Sender. Sender's an extremely good coach. I love Sender. He did a lot of really wonderful things for the Optic franchise. And D-Real is amazing as well. That's actually a pretty stacked coaching line they have. And I think this team is going to be definitely like a dark horse every single time in a tournament. It really matters on how the chemistry with these players are. Because as we know, New York Subliners over the offseason had a very interesting and very heated offseason. A lot of things came out, and it's going to be unique in my eyes on how this all goes down. But I still think they get the C plus. They've been actually performing pretty damn well in scrims. I just wonder if are they onliners or are they an actual team that can be on land. So that's in my mind as well. And just understand, I am a fan. I'm not like some pro player or anything. I'm just wanting to have fun doing this. Next up, LA Thieves. I'm putting them in the A spot. The defending champions. It would be disrespectful if I didn't put them in the A spot. They have their roles figured out. They have their way of playing figured out. Octane, in the scrims I've seen, he is amazing. He is playing his heart out. I think LA Thieves are definitely the team to beat at probably all throughout all this year. They're just good, you know. Draws is good. Kenny's good. Envoy's good. They got J-Cap and Shane. Shane is awesome. Like, Shane really made this team so much better. And Octane, I think Octane's got a step back. I think Octane personally has that play that we've been wanting and we've been missing for a little bit. And now we see it. Now we see him on a team that it works with. And it's amazing. I honestly really like watching the LA Thieves. I'm excited for this year. I'm excited to watch their matches overall. Next up, I have the Los Angeles Guerrillas. I'm going to put these guys at C. I've seen some scrims that were bad, but I've seen some good. But I think LA Guerrillas are going to be a team that's going to take some time. They got, I don't really know. I don't know what the coaching staff situation is. I can't remember off the top of my head. But Arcities, Neptune, Hook, and Spart, that could be a good team. Do I think that this is a team that could win championships? No. I think this is a team that may need to take time to develop with each other. Specifically, my concerns with this team is not Arcities or Spart, it's Hook and Neptune. I'm hoping, and it's something I was concerned about last year, is that Neptune's pride, his overall confidence isn't too tarnished or hurt. A lot of things happened with Neptune, and I feel like something has hurt him individually last year, and I'm hoping that doesn't transcend into this upcoming year. Hook has not been performing like Hook should. He's very inconsistent, and I'm just hoping he can really get that step going. I think Spart is an up-and-coming big player, personally, in my mind. I think that he has the opportunity to really break out, and that's on Arcities. Arcities really needs to unlock these younger players and really make them look good. He needs to really keep them together. He needs to really organize them. And if he can do that, these players can be really, really top tier performers. But there's still those two players that are concerning me. I still can't. I think their coaching staff is still pretty good. I can't remember the coaches' names. But all in all, I think a C off the bat is a fair statement for the Guerrillas. I think they're going to be good. And I'm excited. I really am. Next up is the Las Vegas Legion. A lot of people are going to be surprised. And actually, I've seen someone else put them in B. Was it FaZe? I think it was FaZe, but I'm agreeing with whoever put Paris Legion in fucking B because they are performing. And I know there's people like saying about the drama and shit, but no, this is a good team. Because that drama, that little bit of drama like that's happening, that's them being fired up and wanting to win. And I recognize it, man. I recognize it. And I'm super excited actually to see how this team plays. because I like TJ Halley. You can unlock a good TJ Halley. He's a very, very dangerous player on the field. Clayster, he's 3-time champion. He knows how to win. He knows how to play these games. He's got this. Proloot, I'm excited to really see this guy play. I'm hoping that Clayster and Theory as the coach can really unlock his potential, because that's a good player. He did a lot of great things for the Optic Texas camp as a rookie and really tried to get them wins. And I'm hoping Proloot, you have a great year. I'm really excited for this team to watch the team play. And Temp's been frying. Actually, in scrims, they've been one of the more impressive teams. I almost want to say they've been more impressive in scrims and overall gameplay than Atlanta FaZe. Like, I would not be upset to do this. And that's fully out of respect of the Atlanta FaZe. But either way, anybody that's in B is a damn good team. Okay? A damn good team. And Las Vegas Legion, you're looking really good. I hope you can prove it to me in these matches that are up and coming this weekend. Next up is Florida Mutineers. Brack, Major Maniac, Vickle, and Havoc. Okay, so I'm a big fan of Havoc. I love Havoc. Major Maniac's been a menace for years, and he's always been actually a really good player. I just think he's just gotten like short end of the stick a couple times on the teams he's been with. They have Dave Patty as a sub. I don't think he's ever going to come into this team. Even though I'm hoping Dave Patty can really change his game style and eventually get into a team himself. And they have Willett as their coach. Without a doubt, they're a C team. I don't really know how this team's going to overall perform. Havoc's going to obviously be their leader. Vickle, Brack, and Major Maniac. Specifically Vickle and Brack, I'm really curious on how they're going to really perform in the actual CDL. I'm hoping they perform. I hope to see something really like shining, because they're like probably the two big guys that are like, hey, these are the rookies of the year. And they need to unlock that. They need to. And, maybe that young fire that they have is going to really perform for this team. But right now, I don't think they're going to come out hot. I really don't. I haven't actually seen them a lot on the Mutineers, scrim-wise. I've seen like 1 or 2 games. So, all in all, I think this team is going to be fun to watch. But it really depends on how these rookies actually perform. So I think Major Maniac and Havoc have a good understanding of how they want to play the game. Those two players, Vickle and Brack, need to actually align with them and be able to mesh. So that's where I really feel that team. Next up is Seattle Surge. Okay, they're B, man. I love Seattle Surge. Pred is a maniac. Sib is amazing. Accuracy is a great leader. Mac, okay, this is the big thing on this team that really kind of iffy in is Mac. I know Mac can be a good player. We've seen him be a top tier player pretty much. But last year he was up and down. He had so many inconsistencies, and I think it really, really hurt that team. I think Seattle Surge could have easily been a championship winning team on multiple occasions, but due to Mac's inconsistencies that hit them. Now that this team's been with each other a little bit longer, they're going to probably be a better team. I think that there's got a lot more potential here. And Phoenix, as their coach, he's done a really good job. He really has. Now, this game does play a little slower. So I wonder if that's going to hurt Pred, because that man is a fiery individual. But all in all, I think Pred is the next big. He's got the personality. He's got the culture. He's got everything. Man's buff as hell. We all love Pred. And I'm excited to really, really see him play. I really am. Again, I love seeing this man play every single time. I'm like, Seattle Surge is my number 2. Is my number 2 team. That I like this. Like, if I'm not rooting for Optic, I'm always rooting for Surge. When they have to face each other, that's a different thing. But all in all, I love Seattle Surge. I'm really hoping that they come out hot. I want to see them being scrappy with it. Speaking of scrappy, though, let's get to the Toronto Ultra. Toronto Ultra is a very good team. I like putting him in the B. I like Scrappy. Watched a lot of his matches in Challengers. He's good. He's raw talent. He's like a Dashie, pretty much. Pure raw talent. Kleenex, Insight, they've been amazing. And I like Standy. I'm hoping that Hixie, no, not Hixie, sorry, Hixie's a sub. I'm hoping that the coaches and the staff really, and all the players on Toronto Ultra can unlock Standy, because we know that he can be an amazing player. You really have a great opportunity with that player in standing. So I'm hoping this team meshes. I think they're going to be a good team. You know, I trust in Scrappy. I love Kleenex and Insight, and I'm excited to watch the Toronto Ultra this year. Next up is the only team that I think is bad. That I think is really bad, and that's London Royal Ravens. I haven't seen. There's barely any scrim videos. I think I found one maybe, and the biggest thing about this team is they really didn't try to make any offseason moves. I think the best move they made was Paul X, but they played it safe. I do know that London Royal Ravens got rebought. They have a new owner, and I wonder if that kind of hurt the process of them trying to find players. But I think like they were talking about like there was Hicksy up on the field for them to buy, and who was it? And then Wardy they could have grabbed. You know, even though I think that Nasty and Paul X are really good players, my big thing is Asim. I'm kind of looking at him like Hook. Like this is kind of like a year where he needs to prove himself. And Zero, even though Zero's a very good leader, I don't know overall like how good this team's gonna be. And all the fucking other teams have been pretty much hinting that London Royal Ravens suck. You know, so I just got I'm sorry, London Royal Ravens. You know, you guys are great. You guys have amazing energy over in the European side, but it just hasn't been sounding good. It just hasn't seemed good. The one scrim I watched, you guys got bodied, and so that's my take. And then Minnesota Rocker, they're gonna be the other B team. Okay, they're gonna be the other B team, the last and final one. And the last and final team we're going to talk about, I think Attach, he's been looking great. Cammy, man, Cammy and Bance together always are a great pair. They're going to do their thing. I think this team is always going to be really good. And then Afro. The big thing is Afro needs to really mesh with these guys. Oh, this team is just going to be a team that needs to mesh. I don't think they're going to win an event right off the bat. I think they're going to have to take an event they're going to have to wait an event to really unlock that potential. Maybe 2 events. But this is a team that I wouldn't even drop a single player. Even if you have Fame as a sub, I wouldn't drop a single player in this team. I wouldn't bench any of them. I just think you need to give them time. It's another LA Thieves situation. I think honestly, you got to stick with the rawness of it, and that's just from my perspective. I've seen their scripts; they are good. They do the right moves. They do the right rotations. They hold the right points and the right angles. They're good. They are good. I just don't think they're going to come out hot. I don't think they're going to come out hot like Atlanta FaZe, Paris Legion, Optic Texas, and LA Thieves. I didn't even put Seattle Surgeon. They're not going to be like the top 5 team right off the bat, but they're going to be good. They're going to be there. They have a potential to be a top 5 team. Them and Toronto Ultra could easily be top 5 teams. They have the potential, but they're like those 2 dark horses in the back right there. Along with New York Subliners. And they got actually a really good coaching staff with Saint and Looney. But all in all, that is my take on every single team, how I feel about them, how they look, do what I just as a fan, okay, just as a fan and an individual who really loves the sport, really loves the CDL. That's what I really have felt throughout this, and we got the match coming up. I hope you guys are going to watch them alongside with me. I'm really absolutely been loving doing, analyzing, looking, and just watching all this like little CDL stuff to really get a feel of how all these teams are going to be, because I love the sport. So with that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful one, and leave a like, subscribe, helps out the channel, helps out me. You know, also check out my Twitch, Crim the Leader. Sorry, Crim the Ghoul. I changed the name a little bit ago. I don't know why I said Crim the Leader. That used to be my old name. But with that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful one. Peace out.